Hey guys, and welcome. In this video I will teach you everything you need to know about editing. My previous guide was on building, which is a bit more basic. Editing is the icing on the cake, so it should definitely not be underrated. In fact, it's what sets an average builder apart from a pro, since it offers lots of opportunities to outplay your opponents. I will quickly go through the basics of editing for the less experienced players, and then I'll show you my best tricks that I came up with so far. Okay, so the editing is pretty simple. All you need to do is click your edit button, then you can either click with a single click, or you can also drag. If you want to reset your edit, just click the right click button. If you know what to build, you can just press edit again. Same goes for all the other types, like a floor or a roof. When it comes to ramps, you have the option to rotate them. There you actually have to drag, and you need to select these middle tiles, so not the ones at the corner, the ones in middle. Hold one, drag it to the other side, click confirm, and there you go. So over here you can see two different graphics of all the building combinations made by Abyssal Heaven. They're pretty self-explanatory, so I will put the link in the description if you want to take a longer look or if you want to save them, but I will show you the most useful ones in practice right now. Okay, so this is what I call the defensive cube. Do this whenever your enemy has the high ground to counter that. And if they shoot you from on top, you have this roof here, but also the platform. And what happens, they will shoot your roof first, and you can just rebuild it until they have to reload. Then at the right moment, you wanna open the wall and kill him while he's reloading and not expecting it. If he's shooting you from the side and not from top, simply put a ramp down facing the direction your opponent is shooting you from. Then you can do the same thing. If he breaks this wall here, you just rebuild it and still have this ramp as protection. If he changes the side, what we did before, you just rotate the ramp in his direction. It's a little bit hard, but if you get used to it, it will be very useful. And keep in mind to be quick when realizing your opportunity to jump out and go for the counter kill. In the following clip, you guys will be able to see what it looks like done properly in game. So I hear my opponent coming from the high ground, quickly turtle myself in, don't give him a chance to shoot me, and then at the right moment jump out and go for the headshot. Next up, we'll take a look at editing in the 1x1 tower. So I've talked about the 1x1 tower in my previous video, and now we will go a bit more into detail. It's sometimes important to rotate your ramp in this position to get a better peak. So these side peaks are very good, and if you wanna shoot somebody in this direction, this is probably the worst ramp position. So what we do, we rotate the stairs to the side, and this allows you to get a better angle here. Then if somebody is shot your walls below and you want to go down to repair them, simply just pull one side of the staircase and it will make a half part for the stairs. So you can get down, maybe repair here, or maybe sneak out if you want to leave here. Like this. And if you want to get back up, click the edit button, jump, and then jump, reset, and click edit again. So you basically have the old stairs, and you can go all the way down like this if you're fast enough, and also go up in the same way. Then another thing in the 1x1 tower you might want to do is make a window to go for quick peeks. But what's important is pre-select your gun. So don't do this with the pickaxe out. Let's say you have a snipe and there's a guy that you want to shoot. Edit. pre-select the window. What's also really nice is you can actually watch if you're editing through these, so you kind of have a in-game wall hack basically. You can see everything like this, and then ooh, there's a guy in the bush. Edit and take your shots. Of course, it hurts more if you have a sniper. And then one final thing is door versus the opening that you see me do here. And I personally think this opening is better because A, you don't need to click open the door. B, the door opening, as you can see, makes a certain sound. So your opponents will pay attention to that. And also your opponent can use the door. So in my opponent, it's better to get used to this. You can do it on each side. However, you can also do the door like this on each side. But I personally think it's better to get used to this because you have more room and it's also sneakier, especially if you want to surprise them from behind. Once again, I have 2 clips for you prepared that will hopefully illustrate my points better, why it's not so good to go for a door and why you should do the half wall opening. As you can see, it's very fast. Make sure you have your shotgun pre-selected. So always select that gun that you want to use later before you do the editing, because it quick switches to the gun right away. What you should also know is that you can edit to break certain structures, so structures that would be impossible to build in first place. If you edit in that way, will just break here. You can do it with basically any kind, just if it doesn't make any sense for the structure to exist, they will all break. It's a faster way than just destroying it with the pickaxe if you want to get rid of something quickly. And also you can change your pre-selected building type. So you see me having these stairs here. I can, that's a bit bad here. I can, for example, make this kind of staircase and then all my stairs will look like this. Same goes for any other building type. So like we can do this, for example. And then you confirm and basically have these things, which is not very useful in most real scenarios, but if you want to build something pretty and need this kind of builds, it might be something that you want to know. In combat, it is very important to remember which structures are actually yours so that you can always be ready to edit them. That's why it's also important to build many structures, just to always have the control over being able to edit walls, to go for unexpected plays. Whereas when your opponent has all the buildings, he is in control. It is important to note that if you're playing in a squad, you can edit your teammates' buildings. So don't forget about that. Like if they lock you out, just quickly make a door and move in. You don't need to break it or you don't need to build a ramp to get over it. And when it comes to actually getting better at editing, just in a game, edit your stairs, your ramps. The more you do it, the better you will get because it trains your muscle memory. Also consider maybe rebinding your edit key if the default key G is a bit too clunky for you. Having a quick to reach edit key is very important that you can quickly use it mid combat. So yeah, that's it with the guide. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned something and I can't wait to put out more Fortnite guides in the future.